Hi, welcome to Classic Susan. This is going to be a real quick face demonstration so that you can see what I do to my face before I actually put any products on it. Today I want to get a little bit of glow, so I'm going to use the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. Wow, these foil products are really hard to film. I'm doing this because a friend of mine asked me to. So this will be a real quick one, and I am not really happy with the lack of glow. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a glowy, moisturizing face oil, but I just don't find that to be the case. I find that it's not quite illuminating enough. But there we go. It's on. I'm going to follow that up with my Tarte, what is this? Shape Tape Pore, and anyway, it's that silicone pore filling primer just to get into the pores in my forehead along my T-zone. I don't use this anywhere else other than there, and I really push it in so that it'll fill those pores completely. I find that some of the pore filling primers are just too thick and they look cakey and they get clogged up and it just doesn't look very good. But this one is really nice. You know, save up your points at Ulta and you can get one. That's what I did. Anyway, to illuminate my eye, I use the Garnier Clearly Brighter. I've always used it under my eyes. Not only does it act as a color correcting brightener, but it also gives great benefits of caffeine depuff, makes everything look nice. Sorry if you see my mirror a lot. I've had to change where I'm filming because my youngest has moved back into my house, which, you know, isn't a bad thing, but I don't know, you know. I also put just a tiny bit around my nose. You see how it's kind of red there. And that's it. That's all I use. I don't use a whole lot. I try to make sure that both eyes look similar. And that looks good. Okay. Next step is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This is not a full coverage foundation by no means. It smells really horrible, but it gives just the right amount of coverage. And of course, I use a brush with this. I don't use a sponge with this. And I'm using my Luxie 732 foundation brush. And I don't really do anything but swirl the smallest, teeniest, tiniest amount on my forehead. Just because I have wrinkles up there and I don't like things falling into those wrinkles. Now, as you know, don't forget, you really should tap your foundation in with your brush before you begin buffing. That way you fill the pores with foundation and it gives you the most, I have a hair in my eye, the most natural look. I'm not going for full glam, full coverage. I'm not going to take it all the way to completion. This is just so that you can see what I do for foundation. I do have hemp lip balm on because I find that it's the most moisturizing. And it's got a little bit of peppermint oil in it. It's really nice. I can't think of the name of it to save my life right now. All right, so that's the foundation. I'll blend it in. The illuminating glow, just, I don't see it in natural light as much as I want to. So that's why I'm really not too, like, over the moon for that Wander Beauty one. All right, next step. This is all going to be like real drugstore, everyday makeup. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. Don't buy the hydrating. It's not hydrating. It's horrible. It creases like crazy, and it dries you out. It looks horrible. It causes crepey skin. It's just disgusting. The original is the best. And I'm using LN3 in the Physicians Formula and C3 for this one. And I go all the way down into my darkness and all the way up the side of my eye to create the illusion of lift there. And I bet I didn't bring my makeup sponge. Okay, this will be no big thing. I will be right back with my makeup sponge, my little beauty blender. Sorry. This is a well-dampened beauty blender, and I'm just going to make the funny face. And I take it all the way around the eye, cover the eyelid. I take it up onto the nose, all the way across, take it to the center of the forehead, and you don't even have to paint any extra on. This concealer is wonderful. I really compare this concealer to my Too Faced Born This Way, which I also love. The nice thing about this one is it's like, I think I paid like $7 maybe. And then we're gonna let that set up for a minute. And we're gonna take and blend away our foundation. To give you a really nice, gorgeous look. This Physicians Formula is just your skin but better. Okay, now my last step before I put on any powder products or set this down, and it's gonna look really bizarre. It's toilet paper. You just take this, set it on the skin and tap. It takes any excess oil, any excess product. You notice there's hardly any excess product. Because I blended it so well with both the sponge and see, you get a little bit of removal of product, but you also don't get creasy, cakey, funky makeup when you do it this way. I am going to be using my Becca setting powder. And that is just like the bomb diggity. It's so nice. Of course, you know that this is the ultra one, the ultra moisturizing one that feels like water when it goes on. So I'm going to take my Firma 102, dip it in there, and you'll see this is like seriously finely milled powder. But the nice part about that is doesn't cake. And I just used the slightest amount, just enough to set everything. And you just kind of swirl it in. Once you get it done under the eyes, you just swirl the rest. And this is for ladies over 40. I'll just put it that way. You just want enough powder to set and not cake. Next, I'm going to go into bronzer, and I am going to be using my Tarte Pro Glow for bronzer, highlighter, and blush. I mean, give me quick, easy, get it done in a hurry. This is what it looks like. It has wonderful ones. I will be using this bronzer because it's a cool tone and I need cool tones. I'm going to use it as a contour. I'll be using both highlighters and both blushes. So we'll just dip into that. I don't take this too far into the center of the face. I just want it to get right up there and give me the illusion of a cheekbone. Little contour on the bottom of my nose. I already have a really thin nose, so I don't have to worry about really carving that out. Then I mix the two, tap it off, and carve out the forehead. It just gives you a wondrous glow. Put a little bit in the center of my nose. I go up along the bottom with whatever residuals I have, retap. And that way we just kind of make sure that we have that little jawline carve out. And because I have a narrow face here, I don't do any darkness right there. And that looks good. It looks like a natural bronzy glow. Next, we're going to move into, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm using a Real Techniques blending brush. Next, we're going to move into that highlighter. This highlighter is like raw. Really, really nice. I'm going to use the same brush I used for my powder because I'm not going to go back and powder again. We're going to dip back into the two highlighters together. And then we hit the center of the forehead. I really like that area right there to be highlighted. If you have wrinkles, you do not have to do this step. And yes, I put on my highlighter before my blush. I just find that it gives you the most natural look. And no, I don't use highlighter on the tip of my nose. Cupid's bow, center of the chin, sweep a little across there, give you a little bit of glow. Make sure that you're really, really brushing that in. Ooh, I really like this brush. This is my first time using this Firma 102, and I really like it. Take a little bit down to the center if you need to. Make sure that you really blend in that forehead. Wow, that actually looks really nice. Okay. I am also going to use this for my blush. So I'll dip into both of those colors, tap off, and I come down before I go up with my blush. It's a little bit of a trick I learned to make sure that I'm keeping that blush at the right height as we get older, if you put your blush too low, it just drags your face down. Then you can get in and really get after. And I always drag a little bit there, and I take the coolest color, this one, and I dab it across the center of my nose because it definitely gives you a sun-kissed look. Then I take my bronzer and I go back over where I just hit it, and it kind of takes the redness down. Of course, it's not doing it today, but whatever. That way you have like a natural, really nice look. Then I'm gonna take the foundation brush and take that color down just a little bit. Take the shine down just a little bit. Recarve out the bottom down there so that we don't lose our jawline. I'm not putting any more foundation on. I'm just blending. Now, if I were actually in my beauty room, but I'm not because I don't have it anymore because my youngest moved back in, I would be using my Luxie blender. But I'm kind of filming in my bedroom, and it's just, yeah, it's a long story. But there, that's it. That's all it is. That's how I achieve the look I do. It's very subtle, it's very nice, it's very natural. It looks good, and hopefully that helps my friend out a little bit with her dilemma. Also, if you get a little bit cakey under here, take a beauty oil, rub it between your pinky fingers until there's hardly any there, even if you have to really rub it, till there's barely any oil on there at all, and just tap it along your crow's feet. That definitely seals that concealer and powder together. It helps with the creasing, and it helps you look less cakey. So that's it. That's my base beauty for my friend, and I hope this helps her a lot. Anyway, remember, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and like the video if you really like it, and share the video, and let's get this beauty community above 40 out there using makeup. Don't be afraid of it anymore. It's just makeup, remember? Nothing's permanent. And remember, you are definitely loved. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Bye.